The introduction.
My lord king, look upon your stronghold, Camelot. By strength of spirit, skill of sword, and quickness of mind, you have built a kingdom that could live in legends. Beneath your firm and wise hand, the warring tribes of Celts, Saxons, Jutes, and Angles have been brought under control, and foreign marauders driven from the shores. Your queen is the beautiful Guinevere, who loves you and whom you love dearly. Yet you know that her deepest and most passionate love is reserved for your greatest knight, Sir Lancelot. And because Lancelot is chivalrous, brave, and a true friend, you do nothing to bring harm to him and your queen. Instead, you suffer in silence.
Poor Arthur. He looks a bit pudgy.
Sharing the round table with you are noble warriors of the realm, Lancelot, Kai, Hector, Gareth, Percival, Gawain, Galahad, and many others.
The famous Knights of the Round Table. I kinda like the design that they went with, the round table.
Yeah. And I am Merlin, advisor, mentor, and, as some would have it, wizard, though my true nature remains a secret known only to the ancient gods and me.
Yeah, definitely he's not human when he looks like that.
I must speak to you now of dark truths. The forbidden love of Guinevere and Lancelot has cast a blight upon your soul, and in so doing has put a curse upon your kingdom. The fruit has withered on the vine, grain dies of disease, while springs and wells turn foul. Your people cry out to you for a miracle.
Hams for the poor.
No, he just rode off. He doesn't care about us.
I didn't vote for you.
It's a UFO! Run! The aliens are attacking!
A vision of the Holy Grail covered in a white cloth appeared to you in your time of need. 3 of your greatest knights went forth to seek it. Sir Gawain, Sir Lancelot, and Sir Galahad.
They look like Vikings with that hair and those mustaches.
Gawain, Lancelot, and Galahad have not returned. The search must now fall to you, and during this search you will be sorely tested in physical, moral, and spiritual strength.
It's gonna be an amazing adventure.
If you are found wanting in any of these virtues, the Grail will be denied to you, and your kingdom will turn to ashes and dust.
What a bitch. Yeah, you're not worthy enough. To ashes you go.
I will watch over you and speak to you, though I will be with you only in spirit, not body. Body.
At least you're not blue anymore. Now you look more human. Got a great stash, too. Gotta give him that. Maybe I should have ad-lib, lip-synced with his mouth movement and speech bubble there. Merlin, you can stop talking now. Merlin? Merlin? Are you even awake?
This the fourth plan of your stronghold, Camelot. Waste no time in preparing for your vital mission, my lord.
Brr.
So yeah, pretty much it just throws you into the game. So hello and welcome to Let's Play Conquests of Camelot, the search for the Grail. We are, as we have now seen, King Arthur. There's a bit of slow down the speed here. It really goes fast. Let's put it to normal. Yeah, that's better. So as we go, we have to go around. Let's go actually around the castle for a moment here. We need to go, I think... How about here?
Orphan Guinevere may be found here, in the Queen's Bower.
That's where we're going. I remember this.
Your bidding, my lord.
Look. Where... What was her name?
If there is any news of Lancelot, Guinevere is bound to know it.
Guinevere. Guinevere. Okay. Talk. Actually, what I need to do is to save. Yeah, I was planning. I had been planning of doing a let's play out of this a long time ago, and I made a save so that I would just do the intro and everything. But I'm doing a live stream here, so live stream recording. So
Beginning is benign.
That's always a good name for a save. Look, a rose.
There's only one rose left in her garden, but I have no doubt she would be glad for you to have it.
Talk, Guinevere. I pray to all the powers that be, that you will return safely, that the Grail will be yours, as surely it must be. And may you find and bring back all the noble knights who have gone before you on this holy mission. Well, we hope so. So let's take the rose. Can I ask about rose? I don't think I can. It is the last and most beautiful of my red roses. It would please me if you took it as a token of my love. Okay, let's take the rose. Wear it next to your heart. In time of need, it will guide you through danger if you recite the message of the rose. Okay, let's ask about message. It is written in the Liber Ex Doctrina. I would really need to have a manual for this, wouldn't I? Let me ask again. Liber Ex Doctrina. Okay.
Liber Ex Doctrina.
So this is one of those games where you really needed to have, you know, the game manual. We didn't have that, so we really did have, you know, lots of trouble in getting through this game because of that. And it pretty much is one of those, you know, copy protection things and everything. Back in the day, that was a big thing. Always games having copy protections and everything. And if you didn't have a manual for the game, you would be usually pretty much screwed over. But since back in the day we didn't have that, so we were one of those who were really screwed over. So,
Yep.
now let's ask about Lancelot. We are just good friends. However, it is true that I was the last person to talk to him before he went seeking the Grail. He said he would seek information from the Lady of the Lake. The watery tart. Harsh. Ask about Lady. I would gladly speak more, but I beg you to delay not another moment in beginning your mission. Fine, we'll go.
King Arthur, son of Uthor Pendragon, goes forth to find the Holy Grail
castle stuff. I'm actually looking up this this Libre Ex Doctrina right now. Liber. And all that. Because this would have been actually, if we would have had the this manual back in the day, this would have actually helped us get through the game a lot easier. But like I said, we didn't have it, and thusly we had to look everything up by ourselves on dictionaries and encyclopedias, and also, well, pretty much that. Just books. Just look everything up on books and otherwise just figure things out ourselves. And we did it! We did play this game through, and we got the Grail and everything. Kiss. Ren Cheval. There. Chivalrous must be. I forgot that you actually do need to kiss her. I think you do. So it always shows score here. So we got 1 skill point. Yay. 2 wisdom points. Yay. And 0 soul points. Boo. So yeah, this is as you can see, this is a huge game. There's action, there are puzzles, and there's spirituality. The soul points are pretty much your moral points, so you gotta be good. You gotta be nice, you gotta be a gentleman, you gotta be smart, you gotta be witty, you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong, you gotta be wise, you gotta be... Yeah, no, never mind. Let's see what is in our inventory. Is absolutely nothing, it doesn't even show up. So we're gonna ask Merlin also. But I guess we can't actually do this at this screen. So let's go to this part of the castle.
There's nothing of report to you here, and urgent matters await you elsewhere.
Well, we gotta go to this tower.
Here is your treasury.
No, I didn't want to go that way. No, get back, Arthur, you stupid son of a gun of a bitch. I wanted to go into this little nook here, which is...
You have granted possession of this small tower room to me, where only the brave dare to tread, and even then with caution.
Yes, this is Merlin's place. He's right there. Let's go talk to the man. So let's ask about the Grail.
I can add nothing to what is written in your Libre Ex Doctrina. You should have it with you at all times.
Well, I do have it now, back in the on the interwebs page, yeah. Because I really wished I would have had this back in the day, but we had a copied version of the game, so yeah. Merlin the Happy Pig. No, it's Merlin the Magician, the Wizard, the legend. So let's look at the room.
As you see, my room is quite full. Take care of that you do not disturb any of the objects within.
This is actually one of the places that you can actually get your first deaths. In Merlin's room. There's a lot of stuff that actually can kill you. Look at the scroll.
The scroll is from Jerusalem, written in Aramaic. You may read my translation of it, scribbled there in the margins.
Read translation.
According to the writer of this scroll, a mule is of great value in Jerusalem. The writer says, so great is the value of a mule that is all sure of foot and gentle of nature, that it is above all the gold and treasures of the earth. Sounds a bit exaggerated to me, but that is the gist of it.
Can tell this game's very in-depth. It is. This is really wonderfully written. This is a really well-written game. But, like I said a lot of times before, very difficult game.
That is my sword, and perfectly ordinary. My weapons are of a less physical nature.
So everything's magical about you, huh? Look at tapestry, that thing on the wall there.
In the center of the labarum, the symbol of Mithras. The circle with the descending cross is the symbol of Venus.
Can I... no. Control A, not Shift A. Ask about Mithras.
Mithras is a warrior god which only men are allowed to worship, but in great secret. He was most popular among the Roman soldiers, who brought this worship with them to our island centuries ago.
Let's ask about Venus.
I can tell you nothing relevant at the moment.
Well, let's look at the map.
It is a map of the Summerlands, as your kingdom is often known. Cornwall to the west, and some lands beyond, including the island of Ire. However, you should study it very closely before you leave and determine where your search for the Grail should take you.
Well, let's go take a closer look then. Take a close look-see. Use the arrows to move, or select with the mouse.
Southampton. Legend goes that Sir Bevis, a hero of long ago, killed the evil giant Ascapart here. This is also the port from which one would take ship to sail for all the parts of the known world. Winchester. I have heard tell that Saint Swithin, the Bishop of Winchester, is a performer of miracles. One story has come to my ears that he saw a poor woman on her way to a market with a basket of eggs. She bumped into a monk, and all her eggs were broken. Saint Swithin took pity upon her and made the eggs whole again. Oh, so they say.
St. Leonard's Forest.
It is said that here the holy hermit St. Leonard did slay a most fearsome dragon. Where the saint's blood fell upon the ground, lilies of the valley sprouted and flourished in his honor.
So let's see what else we get.
Windsor. These fertile hunting grounds have long been protected by Sir Nonus, Celtic god of the underworld. He has large stag's antlers upon his head and wears a golden torque about his neck.
Utmore.
Though the waters of the moor are not deep, they are reputed to have healing powers. This is where the Lady of the Lake currently dwells. Her wisdom and power rivals my own.
Avebury.
On this site stands the largest of the stone circles, the remains of an ancient place of worship. It is surrounded by a bank and ditch with a diameter of 1,400 feet. The circle is formed of almost 100 megaliths, some weighing up to 60 tons.
Kind of a miracle at 800 AD they would actually know how to weigh 60 tons.
Bath. Over 800 years before the birth of Christ, Prince Bladud, son of a king, contracted the dread disease of leprosy. Unable to remain in human company, he turned to tending swine, but they too caught the disease. One day the swine ran wild and plunged into the dark and foul-smelling waters of a bog. When Bladud pulled them out, he discovered that the waters had healed both the animals and himself. The healing waters of Bath are famous for it to this day.
Kinsham.
A 6th century prince of Wales named Braglan had a daughter named Keed. She came to a town wherein the Lord gave her a piece of land that she might preach Christianity, but the land was heavily infested with large venomous snakes. She at once turned the snakes into stone. She is remembered as the Saint Keen, and the town is named after her.
Lots of interesting info in this area, especially with all these towns and cities and whatnot.
Braunton. Many miracles dealing with animals are connected to Saint Brannock, who reportedly sailed from Wales in a stone coffin. A sow and piglets showed him where to establish his chapel. He used wild deer to pull his plow and taught the natives how to till soil. He brought back to life a cow which had been stolen from him, killed and dismembered, but at his call it reassembled itself and returned to give him milk for the rest of its life. Dismembered cow, and by word it would just reassemble itself. What if you ate some of the meat? And would it still be able to reassemble itself? If it did, would the people who ate the meat die?
Heartland Point.
The original name of this place was the Headland of Hercules, from a legend that Hercules did battle there with British giants. Another legend says that Saint Nectan, a Welsh hermit, had his head cut off by robbers, but he carried his head to his well and dropped it in. Foxgloves grew wherever his blood fell.
Hercules, huh? Didn't know that Hercules was in Britain. I knew he had been around the world, but not Britain. I've seen all those really crappy 60s Hercules movies. Oh, they're so laughable. Toughness.
Long ago, a Trojan warrior named Brutus arrived and named this plain Toughness. The story goes that he said, "Here I am, and here I rest, and this town shall be called Toughness." He subdued 2 giants, Gog and Magog, and made them stand guard at his palace. Brutus is considered the legendary founder of London.
Ah, Gog and Magog. Yeah, I know those names. Names of some units in the game of Heroes of Might and Magic 3.
Exeter. Just outside the city is a well and a chapel dedicated to Saint Sidwell. Sidwell was a girl who had inherited some land that her stepmother wanted. The stepmother hired 2 men to kill the girl as she prayed in a field. They cut off her head with scythes. The spring gushes forth from the place where her head fell.
So her head became a fountain. That's a pretty brutal and very disturbing. A head becoming a water fountain. Ugh.
Halstock. A pious woman, Saint Juthwa, would open her house to pilgrims on their way to a nearby shrine. This so enraged her brother that he took up his sword and cut off her head.
What's with the decapitations?
The story says that Juthwa picked up her own head and carried it to the local altar before she finally died.
Lots of people getting their heads cut off and carrying those heads with them. Persistence in life, aren't they?
Shapwick. Saint Indrectus, along with his sister Drusa and other pilgrims, were passing through here on their way back to Ireland from Rome. They were carrying bags of seed corn to give to the poor. Saxon outlaws murdered them, thinking their bags were filled with gold. The crime was discovered when a beam of light shone for 3 days and 3 nights upon the burial pit. Confronted with their deed, the Saxons went mad and destroyed one another.
These stories are always so brutal. Glastonbury Tor.
This hill has been revered for countless centuries. To the Celts it was Idiswitrin, the island of glass, so called because the lands around it were often flooded. It is also said that Joseph of Arimathea, who supervised the burial of Jesus, brought the Grail here, and that where he stuck his staff into the ground, a holy thorn tree grew. Many religious orders have since come and gone, and left their ruins behind. To reach the Tor now, one must travel through the Forest Perilous.
The Forest Perilous. Why don't one should just call it Doom Forest?
Camelot, you are here, my lord, as you surely know.
Muddy Stone.
Upon the Island White. Isle of Wight. Druid priests are reputed to have sacrificed white bulls. In this place are 2 great stones. An upright stone representing their god, and a horizontal stone representing their goddess. Muddy Stone means a speaker stone.
And this one we read, and I'm sure that this one we read too. So that was all of those. Okay. That was very enlightening for the history of Britannia.
Hail Britannia! Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-bum.